Danvers Demented Features is brought to you in part by Beach Tech, Digital Juice, The Sweet Company, and from viewers like you. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed Night of the Living Dead. It's been a fun Halloween, hasn't it? Danvers! Well, when my caretakers get out of their predicament, I'm sure I'm going to be in some serious trouble. So we might as well have one more little bit of Halloween fun, shall we?
No, this is conducive to therapy. Let us out this instant.
When I get out of here, Danvers!
Danvers!
Yes. Is this Professor Anton Griffin? Yes. Well, I'm from the electric company, and I was calling to see if your refrigerator was running. It is, yeah. Well, you better go catch it. Hello, my minions! Happy Halloween! And welcome to... Oh! The first trick-or-treaters are here!
Oh, no, you don't! You stay put right where you are.
But Dr. Combs...
Last Halloween was a disaster. You stay put right here and I'll get the door. Who trick-or-treats at an asylum anyway?
So bitter.
You'd be bitter too if you spent all of last Halloween locked in a broom closet.
Well, tonight we will be digging up some gems from days gone by. And later we'll have a performance from our friends the Detentions.
Danvers, it's for you.
Ooh! Is it my Breaking Bad commemorative plates?
No.
It's not Ken Foray's agent wanting another $25,000 for a cameo,
No.
is it?
You should just go up. He'll keep guessing all night.
Ooh, I bet it's that other thing. Hello, Danvers! It's Professor Griffin!
Yes, it is I, Professor Anton Griffin.
I'm surprised that the Carnies let you out of the Midnight Shadow Show, especially on Halloween night.
Carnies. Oh, no, you misunderstand me. The Midnight Shadow Show is not a carnival as such. It's an exhibition, a presentation, if you will, of the darker side of Hollywood.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Well, then what brings you here on Halloween night?
Well, I had to come to the asylum because one of my lackeys is in desperate need of a mental health professional.
Usher?
No, you'd think so, but no. I'm talking about the other one.
You don't mean...
Yes. Dan-Dan is here.
I like that. Does it happen often?
Dan-Dan, that is Dr. Coate. This is Danvers, a resident of this asylum, and you are on the show Demented Features.
Host? You mean a show? Like we used to do? With horror and blood and wacky dark humor.
Oh, so you've seen the show!
Let's not get too excited. I think this is a good time for a group therapy session.
And whatever we have to do, Doctor, I'm very concerned about Dan-Dan. He's acting differently somehow. He moves differently. He talks differently. It's almost as though he's an entirely different person.
Yes, I'm familiar with this. Thespianitis recastation.
Whoa! Oh, did he say castration? I'm out of here.
Oh, don't worry. Dr. Coate is wonderful. His sessions have done wonders for me.
Yeah, we should go.
No, now. I know our methods are unusual, but our results are quite good. Now, let me get to know you a little. Dan-Dan. That's a nickname, isn't it? What's your real name?
Oh, here we go.
I am Daniel D. Daniels.
What's the D for?
Daniels. Daniel with a Y.
So, your name is Daniel. Daniel.
Yes, Doctor. I have his transfer papers from Backview Asylum, where he was last admitted.
And forgotten.
And forgotten. But I found him, and he's been with me ever since.
Dan-Dan, let's go have a talk.
Okay, Doc. After you.
Oh, yes, I hope he'll be all right.
Oh, don't you worry. Dan-Dan's in good hands with Dr. Codes.
I was talking about Dr. Code.
Oh. Well, while we're waiting for Dan-Dan and Dr. Code to finish their session, why don't you enjoy this clip from Popeye?
That's it? Wait. You can't just leave it like that.
Why not?
Look, I haven't done this sort of thing in a long while, but if you don't mind, try something like this. Popeye the Sailor Man first appeared in cartoon form on January 17th, 1929. He was a character on Thimble Theater by Elsie Chrysler's Cigar, but soon became so popular that the name of the strip itself was changed to Popeye the Sailor Man. Fleischer Studios started producing Popeye shorts in 1933, and they became some of the most popular shorts of the 1930s. Paramount continued to produce Popeye shorts through the 50s. So now, let's watch the exploits of this spinach-eating sailor in 1954's Right to the Finish. And we'll see you all a little later.
Wow, you talk a lot.
You have no idea.
From these ingredients, the witches brew their magic potions. Those who partake of this potent liquid will become imbued with an unearthly spirit. But woe to the unfortunate disbeliever, for an evil spell shall be cast upon him. So beware this Halloween Eve, when the earth will be haunted by spooks, ghosts, and hobgoblins.
Olive, there ain't no such things. They're just figmentations of the imaginations.
Pardon me, folks, but it's way past my bedtime.
Sorry you has to go, Chub. Good night, Pluto. Boy, oh boy, I thought he'd never leave.
There's someone at the door.
Good evening. Is this the olive oil residence?
Popeye! There's a headless man at the door.
There ain't no such camino. Olive and her stupid stishkins. Why, it's nothing but a jack-o'-lantern, Olive.
The headless man!
I'll get you some water, Olive. Here's your glass of water, Olive.
Oh, thank you.
Olive, there's nothing like a cool drink of water to revive your spirits. Olive. Olive, is that you? I didn't recognize you without your skin on.
Get out of this house at once, you hobgoblin! Popeye! So you're the one that's been horrorizing me. Get out and stay out!
Now there's a girlfriend for you. So long, chump. I gotta protect Olive from those nasty old hobgoblins.
Oh, it's you, Bluto.
Yeah, Olive. I thought you might want some company.
So, that's Bluto's scheme. I think I'll do some spooking myself. Just what I need.
And you don't have to be afraid of ghosts while I'm around. Hey! Help! Spooks! Witches! Hobgoblins! Help! A ghost! Let me out of here!
Popeye, you're back!
Loves them ghosts.
Yes, and after that, we were hired by Fangoria to be their official horror host. So we worked with them, we did interviews and trivia shows and did all kinds of wonderful things, flew us to conventions. Strangely, though, we never actually hosted a movie for them. But it was a fun ride, I tell you. We worked with Dee Schneider and Debbie Rochon, Tom Savini.
Oh, yes!
Yes.
Did you know that I got to meet Tom Savini a few weeks ago?
Yes, he's a delightful man.
Absolutely.
A mountain. Oh, goodness me.
Oh, that's your picture that just fell over.
It is. Look. Oh, Danvers.
Yes.
Look at that. You flatter me.
Well,
I love Savini's mountain of genre work. I particularly like his work in 1982's Creep Show.
oh, yes, I love Creep
It's a wonderful
Show.
film.
Mr. Savini was kind enough to let us ask him a few questions, and he actually signed my copy of Night of the Living Dead, the remake that he did in 1990. Yes.
Wow, that is a great remake, actually. I really enjoy that. I think that Candyman himself, Tony Todd, is a wonderful Ben in that film.
Oh, absolutely.
And who could forget Tom Towles as Mr. Cooper? Just as annoying as Carl Hardman was in the original.
Yes, if that's even possible. Let's see, Chili Billy was in that.
He was, yes,
Yes.
that's right. Chili Billy Cardille, the horror host from Pittsburgh, did the reporter in the original and reprised his role in the remake.
And he was actually interviewing John Russo.
That's right. Wow, that film was filled with so many homages. Savini's obviously a fan. I think that it really shows. Great zombie effects, too, in that one.
Absolutely, yes.
I remember Barbara shooting the zombie in the window. Is he dead? Is he dead? Is he dead? That's a good
It
thing.
brings me with chills. And my favorite moment in that is when she's escaping and leaving to go get help.
Yes.
And the old woman with the baby. That may be the best acting moment I've ever seen, ever.
It's actually very touching.
It really is.
It's a good film. If you haven't seen it, Night Creatures, we highly recommend the 1990 remake. Don't get into the other 3D Night of the Living Dead or anything like that. Stay away from those. 1990 remake, directed by our friend Tom Savini, of Night of the Living Dead. Outstanding film.
Outstanding. So before we get too carried away, let's take a look at the interview that we got to do as Demented Features with Mr. Savini.
Oh, good.
Hello, my minions, Danvers here, and we're a little starstruck today here on Demented Features. I'm here with the maestro himself, Tom Savini. Hello, Tom.
I'm not really this short. I'm sitting down.
Yes, I'm not really this tall either. So, Tom, I've got a couple of questions for you as a giant fanboy of the zombie genre. Yes. Dawn of the Dead is one of my favorites. I think our friend here said it was a barometer on date movies, which I absolutely agree with. And also, having done quite a few independent projects myself, what are some of the pros and cons of having a lower budget to work with?
Well, I don't think there's any cons. I think it's all pro. It's not about the budget. It's not about the materials. It's about what's up here and what you want to throw up there. I mean, there's been so many examples of Blair Witch Project, El Mariachi. These are low-budget movies, but are very popular. Became very popular and led to much bigger and better things. So I don't think there are any cons. In fact. There are so many directors who are successful, working with low budgets, and as soon as money is dumped on them, the projects sometimes are not even as good.
Yeah.
I think limitations make you more creative, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Limitations like not having enough money, not having enough time, not having enough people. I always see that makes it better, yeah.
Absolutely. Really forces that imagination.
Exactly.
Speaking, of using imagination, Night of the Living Dead, your remake, was just phenomenal.
Thank you.
And going into a project like that is so iconic, you as a director, how did you approach that?
Well, it was the original Night of the Living Dead was such a big influence, especially on me because it was my friends, that made it, George Romero and all that. So. The approach was how to make it interesting again, how to make zombies scary again, because you had Michael Jackson's Thriller, you had Joe Piscopo's beer commercial. There's only so much you can do to the face and the hands to make a zombie scary, so it has to come from suspense or giving somebody... I adhered to the original movie as much as possible as far as hiring the actors. I wanted actors to look like the ones except for Barbara.
Yeah.
Because, Barbara...
God, she was just amazing.
Patty Tallman. I went to college with this girl. So she was the only difference in physical appearance because I knew I was going to turn her into a hero. Mm-hmm. And so that's how I approached it, how to make it different, how to make Barbara more interesting than the brain-dead twit that she was in the first movie, So, and of course, everybody was like, why would you dare to make a remake of such a classic movie? Well, as you know, they're constantly doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they're great, sometimes they fall flat,
Well, one of the things that I loved about the remake was that you took our knowledge, especially that Bill Hinsman moment,
and manipulated
it. Oh, God, that was a fantastic moment.
I'm glad you said that because that was my intention.
Yeah.
To take what you already knew about the movie, so when there's some creepy-looking guy in a cemetery at the very beginning, in your mind he's a zombie. But he wasn't. Well, what the hell's going on? He walks away, then the real zombie comes. So I used that knowledge to manipulate you. That was another speaking of how did I approach it, yeah, to make the moments that you're familiar with different and scare you with them. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it worked.
Oh, absolutely. So, can I talk about children shouldn't play with dead things, or is that sort of
Why would you want to do that? Why don't you just throw that movie away? If you see it in a store, hide it in the documentary.
Oh no, it's a fantastic
You like
movie.
that movie?
Oh my God.
Well, the first
I
time-
love the charm about it, because I have been in situations where you're trying to film something and you have no money, and you're probably working with your friends.
They had the money. They just didn't have the wherewithal.
I forgive him because we talk about Lon Chaney Sr. being one of your inspirations.
Yeah.
The gentleman who directed the movie, forgive me,
Troy, somebody.
Well, he also wrote the book. I just figured out what the title was after 35 years. But anyway, I owned this as a child, and it talked about monster makeup and so forth, and it was a really huge influence on me. So I forgive children shouldn't play with dead things because of this.
But it wasn't the director's fault. They just didn't treat him well. He was smarter than they were. I mean, he had ideas that they didn't quite understand that were filmmaking ideas. This guy was pretty good, actually. But his hands were slapped constantly, and I think that's why. I mean, the first 10 minutes is pretty good. But then it just falls apart, as far as I'm concerned. But you can't argue matters of taste.
So I'm probably going to be punched out for even bringing this up. But
another Children
of the Living Dead or whatever.
What's the next one?
That was. You did a great job in that movie.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll just leave it at that.
Well, that was fun. I mean, but it was improvised. It was all improvised dialogue.
It's my understanding the producer kind of had their hands in some things they shouldn't have.
We would send the producer to go find chickens so that we could shoot a scene that we knew that she wouldn't want us to shoot. It wound up in the movie. The whole barn sequence. The only reason we got to shoot that is because we sent her to find some chickens that we could throw out of a door when a door opened.
Well, Mr. Savini, I know your time is limited, so we'll wrap it up here.
I thought you had another movie. You said you hate to bring this up.
Oh no, we were going to talk about Children of the Living Dead,
and
I thought I was going to be punched out for that. But
no.
Thank you for not doing that.
No, it's quite all right.
Indeed. I want to thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah, good luck with your show.
Oh, thank you so much.
Demented Features.
Demented Features.
Yes, Children of the Living Dead. That was a challenged film.
Yes,
but it did have Sam Nicotero in it, the uncle of Greg Nicotero from K&B FX, currently executive producer of AMC's runaway hit The Walking Dead.
We love The Walking Dead.
Yes, we do.
Well, we were, Mr. Savini and I were also the children shouldn't play with dead things. Yes. So, me being me, we tended to get off subject and we were just having fun chatting, and I forgot the point of my question. So, Tom Savini is actually going to direct the remake of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things.
That's right. This remake has been in production now for about 5 years. When I first heard about it, George Romero himself was attached to the project.
Oh.
Yes, but he's had to step out for reasons I don't even want to begin to think about, but he didn't do it. So Savini stepped up as director. Now, interestingly enough, Alan Ormsby, who wrote the original screenplay with Bob Benjamin Clark and appears in the film as Alan, and did all the makeup effects as well, wonderful man, he sent me a copy of the script that he received. He didn't write this script. He sent me a copy of the script for the remake of Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things.
Ooh, and what did you think?
It's challenged.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, challenged or not, the original is quite interesting. It's definitely very 1970s. Mr. Ormsby reminds me of a young me.
I'm sure he meant that as a compliment, Alan.
Well, why don't we take a look at the trailer for this little piece of 16mm magic?
Yes.
This is Alan. He's such a dear boy. Oh, this is Jeffy. He's so full of fun. Oh, this is Anya. Isn't she just the sweetest thing? And this is their new friend, Smedley. They're giving him a party. It's his coming out party. Oh, the children are having such fun. They're laughing and laughing. And it all began here, one foggy winter's evening.
1971. Oh. He ought to be ripe. It's party time. It's the shank of the evening. My friend Orville and I are having cocktails in 10 minutes at my island cottage.
Alan, you're not really going to take that thing back to the cottage.
I, Alan, take this body.
Yeah, and welcome to it. You deserve everything you're getting.
There's no business like show business like...
And I think, in time, we may get even closer. I'm going to take your scraps and feed them to my dog. Well, that's all right. Just keep a stiff upper lip.
Oh, yes, they had such a wonderful time. They laughed and laughed and laughed. That is, until Orville's friends dropped in. Then they screamed and screamed and screamed. The children had such a lovely time. It's too bad nobody ever told them children shouldn't play with dead things.
And that was Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things.
I love that film. You know, that film, it's got a very surreal quality to it. The 1970s sound effects, not really music, just weird background noises, very creepy. I urge you to stay up late one night, watch that movie with all the lights out.
Absolutely.
And you will get a chill. It's a little over the top, and it takes a little while to build, but stick with it. You will enjoy it.
Yes, it does kind of have a slow burn to begin with, but the scene with the zombies coming out of the grave, that is classic Gothic horror.
Absolutely. And the makeup is quite good. Mr. Ormsby did a wonderful job with that.
He did do a wonderful job. And Mr. Ormsby is actually responsible for one of my greatest childhood memories.
Oh.
Yes. So, have you ever heard of a brown bag Frankenstein?
A brown bag Frankenstein, you say?
Yes. It comes from Mr. Ormsby's book, Movie Monsters.
Ha! I never leave home without my copy.
You know, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, Professor Griffin...
Ooh, dare we?
We should. I think it's time to make the brown bag Frankenstein.
Yes, yes, let's do it!
Let's do it. I'll go get supplies.
Yes, yes, and get Dan-Dan.
Oh,
the
crap!
therapy could help him.
That's right.
It's arts and crafts.
Yes, arts and crafts would be the best thing for perfect therapy.
That's a great idea. It's good therapy. Let's do that.
I'm so glad I thought of it.
Yes, he thinks of these things. In the meantime, night creatures, while Danvers is gathering brown bags and crepe hair, you enjoy this performance from local Austin, Texas band, The Detentions. And we'll see you all a little later.
He's the old man lantern on tracks. Him howling, 'cause he's never coming back. For 40 years he searched that hill, and his story, well, it haunts me still. Said he loved her so much more than all the rest. Ponds and mountains, she dreams aloud, she dreams of running west, to build a home and start a family. Some dreams never become reality. Oh, 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 oh. They were dancing at the fair and sipping summer ale. Time was winding down upon a fairy tale, stealing kisses as they listened to the band. Down the county road they wandered hand in hand. From the shadows a stranger stepped into the light, and the moon shone silver as the blade that took her life. Everything happened so fast, and he held her as she breathed her last. Oh, 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 oh. When the sun rose, the blood trail had gone cold, and the town wept for a young man turned old, with only shadows left to blame. He wanders with his lantern and his pain. He's the old man, a lantern on tracks, and he's howling 'cause she's never coming back. For 40 years he's searched that hill, till he finds the truth he always will. And his story, well, it haunts me still. Oh, 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 oh,
Oh, that was fantastic. Danvers, here, have a beer.
Thank you so much,
I have absolutely no idea where they came from. Well, thank you all for coming on the show. That was absolutely wonderful.
Our pleasure, our pleasure.
And happy Halloween to you.
Happy Halloween, my friend.
There we go.
Yes, cheers.
I'm surprised you're a fan of the holiday.
I'm not really.
Dan, what we're going to do is produce these brown bag Frankensteins, just like it says here in Alan Ormsby's Movie Monsters book. You see, we're going to take these brown bags and we're going to cut them into the shape of Frankenstein monster's head, you see, and then we're going to put those together. It'll be fun, right?
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, hello, Danvers.
Hello.
What a wonderful performance by the Detentions, by the way.
Yes, they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Danvers, don't make a mess up there.
I won't.
Oh, so... With this Bag, we can bring back the dead like Dr. Frankenstein.
Well, okay, Dan-Dan, what we're doing, we're making a headpiece for a costume, you know? Like for Halloween. Yes.
Oh, Nelly! I get it! Like this! Fire! Burn!
Fire? Are you lighting a fire?
No, everything's under control.
And don't eat too many cookies.
I won't.
I don't want a repeat of last year.
What happened last year?
Nothing.
Oh. Nothing? I've never seen diarrhea like that. It was like hot dog water for 15 minutes straight.
Yum! What are you making, hot dogs? I'll start the fire.
No, fire!
What? Are you lighting a fire?
No!
Yes! Okay, I think it's time to start another video. Dun dun dun.
I don't remember what I'm supposed to say.
No,
but
trust me, it's time for another video.
Dan-Dan always upstages everything. I like it when people upstage everything.
A family, the Gallaghers. Connie Ann, 5 years old, and Colina Sue, 2.5, are a big help to Mother Luella, who is no mean hand with a handful of knives. Connie Ann is a veteran at being a target for her mother's cutlery and doesn't turn a hair at Ma's cut-ups, even though Ma's pretty sharp with the cleavers. But Connie's ready for a stand-in, and evidently Colina Sue has more trust in Mother's aim than the audience has. It takes a steady eye and a stout heart to heave knives at the apple of your eye. But this female William Tell has no qualms and plenty of faith. A near miss, but this miss says it's as good as a smile. Put yourself in her place. Well, I just tried, but gosh, I'm too bashful.
So, you made this out of brown bags and papier-mâché.
During that last short?
Of course. I am an artiste.
I like him. I really like him. So, Double D, what did you think of this last video?
Good old-fashioned paratine.
Yeah.
Spare the knife and spoil the wine.
I know, right? Oh, crap. That reminds me. I'm supposed to meet Ivy Garland.
Oh, you forgot about her, huh? I do it all the time with Usher.
She's waiting for me. We were supposed to start the top 10 costume contest countdown. Say that 3 times fast.
Ivy Garland? Oh, sounds like a delicious dish.
No, I think it's the name of a person.
And a delicious dish?
Yeah.
Hello, nuts.
Yes,
It's kind of hard to get the phone underneath this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6.
Okay.
Hello, Ivy.
Danvers, where are you? You're supposed to be counting down the top 10 costumes and handing out the trophy.
I know, I sort of forgot. Professor Griffin and Dan-Dan and I are sitting here making brown bag Frankensteins.
What's a brown bag Frankenstein? And what's a Dan-Dan? Are you making cocktails without me?
Ivy, have you checked the children? Why haven't you checked the children?
All right. I'm sorry about that, Miss Garland. It's Professor Griffin. Yes, that was Dan-Dan. Yes, and Danvers seems to be preoccupied at the moment. Maybe you should go ahead and start the top 10.
Thank you, Professor Griffin. At least tell me Danvers hasn't locked Dr. Cook away again. Well, that's an improvement.
Oh, tell her that the calls are coming from inside the store.
Here's number 10. Here's number 9. You know what I realized? I finally have the camera all to myself. That never happens with Danvers around. You know what that means.
Surprise, surprise. It is Father with pumpkins, Indian corn, and straw. Everything we need for Halloween decoration. Julie wants to know what the straw is for. To cover the roses with and keep them warm during the winter. The whole family is getting ready to make the jack-o'-lantern. Peter has finished his cat mask, and Julie brings paper to keep the table clean. And now Father is back and we are all together. Uh-oh, what is Peter up to? He is trying to scare Shep with his cat mask. And Shep doesn't like to be teased. I'm sure Peter wouldn't like someone to tease him. Father has a pump out and is working on the face. Shep wants to know what this is all about. And in goes his nose. Hey, get away from here, says Father. A very sad, sorry, spooky-looking jack-o'-lantern. Sad.
Sorry. Spooky.
Now comes the best part. Everyone goes to turn out a light. Now. And Shep does not like the jack-o'-lantern with a lighted candle in it. Lights on. Everybody laughs at Shep. But now it is bedtime.
Still needs more cinnamon. Let's continue with our costume contest countdown. Here's number 6. What a fantastic costume. Some people are very, very creative.
Hey, Dr. Code, we need more popcorn.
I'll be up in a minute! Now for costume number 5.
Dr. Code!
Okay! Enjoy this scene from season 1 where Danvers got his first viewer mail.
I'd like 200 anchovy and pineapple pizzas to be delivered to and paid for by the inspector. I don't know that's her name.
Danvers! Look! You've got viewer mail!
Ooh. Well, I see this one's already been opened.
You can never be too careful.
Oh.
Who's it from?
It's from my friends Penny Dreadful and Guru at Shilling Shockers.
Oh.
Guru?
Not everybody can have an original name like you, Dr. Coat.
Well, we'll help you hang that up with the rest of your collection.
Oh, good.
What's next? Oh, look, this one's from Germany. You have fans in Germany.
Oh, it sure took you a long time to see that, but that's fantastic.
It's like you're David Hasselhoff.
Oh, let's see. Dear Danvers, I hope you enjoy Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Let's see. Ooh.
Well, that certainly is something. Are you gonna eat it?
No, Danvers. It might have horse meat in it, like everything else in Europe right now.
Oh, come on. You've got to at least try it.
Well, if you think it's all right. Okay.
Ooh. Ooh.
How is it?
Wow, you certainly can vomit like David Hasselhoff.
You know, Danvers, after seeing that, I can honestly say that that's why I've never put anything in my mouth that's come from a viewer.
Especially a viewer from Germany.
Yes, you never know what that can what can happen. You know, I have my own brain problems in a jar, and he doesn't shut up. It's Criswell, the television prophet.
Oh yes.
Yeah, yes, I have his brain. It's
I
a
prank
toy.
called him once.
Did you now?
Oh my God, that backfired. I could not get off the phone with him.
Did he give you about the unisex tunics? 'Cause
Oh
that's
yes.
his favorite bit.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Well, a lot of fun. So how have you enjoyed broadcasting out of the asylum?
Oh, it's fantastic. I think 2 people have watched us so far.
You know,
it's fantastic.
It's all right. It's good therapy for you, and trust me, it's good therapy for them too.
They probably need it more than I do. But yes, one of our great friends, Penny Dreadful and Guru. Yes, I keep bumping into them when we're at parties for some reason. So, but yes, they've been very good to me, and that's why, you know, you and Penny Dreadful hold a special place on the table next to the phone.
Well, I can honestly say I have not yet met Penny Dreadful.
Really?
I know, we've never met face to face. We talk quite a bit on the old internets there, the world weird web.
Yes, yes.
And I know her and Guru quite well, although I've never actually met them. So, hopefully soon, someday, now that I'm actually looking like this again, we can meet in person. I look forward to it.
Yes. Well, hopefully, we maybe have to take a little road trip up to New England.
Wow, that would be fun.
And Guru can show us the color changes of the leaves and something very family friendly. I don't know what I'm talking
No,
about.
Danvers, do you have television access here in the asylum? Do you watch other horror hosts?
We don't want to say that out loud, but yes, I do.
Oh, good. Okay.
Oh, yes.
All right.
But if they found out, they'd take it away from me.
I see. Now, when you were did you watch a horror host when you were growing up?
Oh, yes. Let's see. I was originally, I've lived all over the place. They keep taking me from asylum to asylum. But in Memphis, Tennessee, we had Savard. And Savard was fantastic. I remember when they were re-airing Dark Shadows, Savard would come on and say, you know, it's 2 days until Dark Shadows comes on. I was so freaking excited about that I couldn't see straight. So, yes.
You know, there's a proud tradition of television horror hosts. We're like guides. We're like shamanistic storytellers that present the best and worst of what Hollywood has to offer. But it's okay. You're with someone. You're with a friend watching what you're watching. So as long as Danvers is here to lead you upon the path, you have a companion, someone to join you. And that, Night Creatures, is the gift of the horror host to you.
That's true. Thank you, Professor.
Pleasure.
Well, why don't we continue the countdown?
Yes.
Let's go to number 4, and this is one of my favorites.
Ooh, let's see. Ooh, I like that one.
Yes, indeed. Wow. That reminds me of the time when I was strolling along the internet, and I don't know where the story is going.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Let's see.
Strolling along the internet is always fun, but it's always slightly dangerous because you never know where you're going to end up, Night Creatures. May I suggest, if you're going to stroll along the internet, that you check out Igor's Chamber of Horror Hosts and the Horror Host Graveyard if you're interested in such things. And you have a wonderful list of horror hosts from around the country. And you never know, there could be one near you and you don't even know it.
It's true, yes. And a lot of horror hosts, because everybody on the television wants to show infomercials. Yeah. You can find many horror hosts online, and you may find something you didn't know before.
That's right, that's right. Now that the internet is there, and YouTube and all that stuff, there's tons of horror hosts out there. Heck, just type in horror host, see what you get.
That's true.
Make sure you write horror host, though. Let's take a look at the next costume.
Let's go to number 3.
Ah! Alright, that's good.
Yes.
I like that.
You know, speaking of people that we haven't met yet,
yes.
I am good friends on the internet with Lon Mad Knight.
Ah, my brother.
But I have never met him before. He and I seem to think very similarly, and Lon, you know what I'm talking about.
Lon's delightful.
Yes.
And I myself consider Lon to be my long-lost brother. One day, Lon, we will clasp hands and embrace in brotherly love. The man's amazing.
It'll be like a horror host kumbaya.
It will be, it will be. Speaking of that, which is truly terrifying, let's take a look at the next costume.
Yes, this is number 2.
Ooh, nice. You know, some of these costumes and Halloween in general is a wonderful time for you to express yourself, to be someone that you're not. I highly recommend dressing up every year. I highly recommend trick-or-treating in your neighborhoods because it brings people closer together. Halloween is a wonderful way to get to know your neighbors.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely wonderful. You get to knock on their door, and they come to the door, and they give you candy. What a wonderful, wonderful holiday.
Absolutely. Hey, that doesn't work so well like at Thanksgiving when you're like, hey,
like, give me some turkey. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. No.
So, I am a child of the 70s and 80s.
Yes, yes.
And growing up, of course, all of you out there know that I am a genuine fan of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And, you know, speaking of which, I'm very sad to report that one of my heroes, Lou Scheimer, has passed away, and he will be missed. But his legacy will live on.
For those that aren't aware, tell them what Lou did.
Lou was one of the founders and the executive producer of Filmation Studios. And if you grew up in the 80s, you watched Lou's stuff. He brought us He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, She-Ra, Princess of Power. He brought us Fat Albert. He brought us Flash Gordon. They did...
one of my favorites, the Groovy Ghoulies.
The Groovy Ghoulies! How could I forget that?
The Archies, Sabrina. But the Groovy Ghoulies, absolutely a big soft spot in my heart for them. A true pioneer in the genre. He will be missed.
He will be.
But his legacy will live on forever.
And his daughter, Erica Schreimer, is also one of my heroes. So, but leaving the sadness behind, we're going to go to our #1 costume. And there's a reason for bringing up the 80s.
Oh, here we are.
So, this is the coolest Voltron costume I've ever seen.
Oh my goodness!
I ran into this gentleman when we were at Halloween Costume Warehouse, and he was greeting and being there just to kind of make an appearance like we were. He made this himself from scratch. It's made out of like foam core and
love it.
Prayers. It's fantastic.
Foam blazing sword.
Indeed. So to Voltron, you are getting this beautiful best costume trophy, and we will be in touch, and we are going to send you a Demented Features t-shirt as well. Yes, indeed.
I love it.
I want to thank all of the people who sent in your costume photos. They were fantastic, and I'm probably going to steal many of your ideas.
Absolutely. And now, let's have a quick run-through, once again, of the top 5 costumes for you to enjoy.
Here we go. That Voltron was fantastic. You know, it's just too bad that he couldn't be here to accept his trophy.
We're gonna be careful about inviting folks to join you on set. That's how I got Dan-Dan. I invited him up, but he never left.
Hey, boss, we gotta get it going. Usher, she's awake.
Oh, all right then. Thank you very much.
Cloak, here, I'll help you out.
Thank you so much. You carry that for me, would
Ooh,
you?
it's like Dracula.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Danvers, I have to say,
cat hair.
Thank you for inviting us over, and thank you so much for calling us last year. You see, if you had not made that prank phone call to me last Halloween, I would never know that this asylum existed.
Well, it was all in good fun. I hope there's no hard feelings.
No, of course not. So until next time we meet night creatures at the Midnight Shadow Show, or whenever or wherever we meet, this is Professor Anton Griffin, and with Dan-Dan saying to you all, rest in peace.
And have a splendorific Halloween.
Bye-bye. Well, all my minions, Halloween is coming to a close. But don't you go away, because all November we're going to be bringing you convention coverage from Austin Comic-Con, and we're going to be showing some fantastic science fiction films all month long. So until next time, I'm Danvers. Bye-bye!
Oh, Danvers, did you know that if you could touch the tip of your nose with your tongue, you are a genius?
Really?
Yes, you should try it.
Ooh, okay. What was that? I don't think this is gonna work at all. I'm not Gene Simmons. I've got an idea. Let's go play with Dr. Code.